week on Worldwide Gaming, my review of Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. The top 10 one-hit wonders. And with Witcher 3 on the horizon, Liam takes us through the history of the Witcher franchise. Hello and welcome to Worldwide Gaming. I'm your host Ryan.
I'm Lysander.
I'm Vince.
And today our top 10 is focused on something that doesn't really happen in the gaming industry anymore, and it's one-hit wonders.
Oh, if only.
Because generally, if the first game is really good, they generally make a sequel of it.
Almost always, although not always as good as the first game.
It's just like movies. They're like, oh, the first one's good, let's capitalize on this. And then it gets worse and worse, even though they get more money every time.
Could you still consider it a one-hit wonder if the first game was brilliant and amazing and then the second game was terrible?
As in, we don't acknowledge the second one ever existing?
Yeah.
Maybe not for this list, but I reckon we should do
Yeah,
one.
just in general, we'll just do that. All right, but first we have the forecast.
California's sunny skies look to be getting stormy in the upcoming Dead Island 2, with the barometer reaching -1. Coming to current-gen consoles and PC in 2015, we think it might be best to miss this sequel. Another stale sequel comes this week in the form of Magicka 2. Coming to PS4 and PC sometime soon, we think they might need a bit of magic to save this one. We give it a -1. The air looks refreshing in the brand new IP from Nintendo, Splatoon. This shooter is coming to the Wii U in 2015, and we think it looks great. We give it a 4.
So me and you, Vince, got to actually play Splatoon at E3, and I know you, Lysander, have been following
Once again, I hate you, and you're terrible.
It happens a lot. In typical Nintendo fashion, they've taken like an FPS or it's actually third-person shooter kind of stuff, and they've given it that like little Nintendo kind of.
Definitely.
It's
feels
just
like
it's
a Nintendo
completely
game.
different from what you would expect from a shooter. It's just like
I mean, of course you're squids. Of course you can morph into like a human and then into a squid and like travel through
Paint
paint.
everywhere.
I don't know, it affords for such interesting gameplay as opposed to sort of like the tried, tested old, which are obviously good for what they do, but you know, it doesn't explore anything new, whereas this is just, it's like, wow, I can't wait to see where they go with it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm interested about. It's like, we played it, and I'm like, this can't be it. I'm curious to see exactly what they go with.
The trailer footage showed like all these weird, crazy looking weapons, so yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, though, we have my review of Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. I've played Dynasty Warriors games since the first games on PlayStation, but I haven't played all of them as they're usually very derivative of the previous games and don't tend to add much in the way of extra gameplay mechanics or interesting stories. Truth be told, it's been a long time since I last played a Dynasty Warriors game, so I was quite excited to see what Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn had to offer, and was quite quickly let down by how little things have changed over the years. As the name suggests, the game features Dynasty Warriors gameplay themed around the story of the popular anime series Gundam. Newcomers to Gundam will get little to no explanation of what's happening, with very short and uninformative cutscenes sandwiched between long slogs of campaign missions. But I can see seasoned veterans of Gundam getting a kick out of playing through the Universal Century timeline. There is no localized voice acting, with English subtitles being your only option, but it didn't really bother me as it made the game seem a little bit more of an authentic experience. It's just a shame that it's so hostile towards newcomers. Some people criticize Dynasty Warriors games, saying that you only ever have to press the X button to win, which is not true, as sometimes you'll press the triangle button and the circle button when the game lets you, to attack wave upon wave of non-threatening minions. To be fair, you'll play a large roster of characters and mechs in Gundam Reborn, each with their own weapons and loadouts, but ultimately I got in the same rhythm with all of them. Kill enough minions with your basic attack combo, press the circle button to unleash a special attack, and periodically add in a blast from your rifle or launcher with triangle. You can also boost around the map using your thrusters to gain a positional advantage on opponents, or to dodge projectiles, but it usually isn't necessary as even boss characters do small amounts of damage and can be stun locked and taken care of quickly. This is a game with more depth to be found in the setup to a battle than the battle themselves. Over the course of the many hours available in Gundam Reborn, however, I felt as though it needed a bit more depth than other areas, and often found myself bored or frustrated. For a relatively recent game, the graphics are really unimpressive. Many of the models look like they were ripped straight from a PS2 game, and although some levels you'll play through a quite large arena filled with shortcuts and intersections, there are a lot of tiny arena-like maps that don't take advantage of the power of the PlayStation 3. The hand-drawn cutscenes do look nice, however, but aren't fully animated, with usually just a still image with moving mouths.
補給が間に合ったのは幸いだ。20分後には大気圏に突入する。
Although the game may not look good, I can't stress enough how much content is packed onto the disc. With over 100 mobile suits and armors, and multiple story chapters, the game definitely focuses on quantity over quality. Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn is very hard to recommend. Usually I say fans of a particular series should check out a game, but even then I don't think that is enough. Realistically, the only people I would recommend this to is people who are familiar with the Gundam series and also the Dynasty Warriors games, which is a very particular niche.
今の声はコロニーで俺を殴ったカミユとかって女の名前のあんな子供に
Hey guys, if you want to check out what the WG crew is doing, check out our Facebook. Also, on our YouTube channel, we have previous episodes, blooper reels, and extended cuts. Lastly, if you want to find it all in one place, check out our website. See you after the break.